Coming up on Dave and Gut Discuss.
Is he railing chicks as a horse or a donkey? Like,
Right.
what is that dude gonna do?
Oh God, turn into an ostrich. You know what I'm saying? It's just like...
I can't get off unless you're a cuttlefish.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dave and Gut Discuss. This is David Terrell Green here.
I'm good.
This is Gut. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channels. You want to plug your stuff right quick?
Guttube right there.
Guttube, baby. DAVT-tv. Also follow me on Instagram, DTGreen257. SoundCloud, Day Marino, DYEMORENO.
And all those will be linked in the description.
Yes.
And no matter where you're watching this, go see the other guy.
Other guy. Happy New Year. What's up? How you
All
doing,
right.
man?
I'm doing good.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't blame you. Everybody loves seeing me.
Everyone loves seeing you,
Quite a
man.
pretty man.
What did you do for New Year's, bro?
New Year's, I counted 2 Four Locos, and it was amazing. Although they aren't as great as they used to be. Man,
You know what?
2018 Four Locos are not 2010 Four Locos, let me tell you.
It's because you know, when I was in college, there's this dude who used to drink Four Loko like it was water. It was so like you would walk in his apartment room, and like it smelled like Four Loko, bro. It smelled like Four Loko and weed. The worst combination you could ever smell. I was like, bro, you like he
Nobody
was.
likes to party.
So what?
Nobody liked to party.
Yeah, he did. Always faded.
I don't know what was so special about it, but that was great. Great kind of fucked up. I remember when I was in Washington, I was stationed in Washington at this point, we went to the strip club there, and you can't drink liquor inside the strip clubs in Washington for some dumbass reason.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I think it's because the girls get completely naked, but like, so instead of that, like, we'd go in and out, so we just had like 3 of them in the car, and we just boop in and out. Drink, sip on some Four Loko, go back in the club, and come back out.
See, I was gonna say, because I was like, that's kind of stupid. Because it's just like, yeah, okay, so we can go in here and see women's tits, but we can't drink Corona.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? This is like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was real messed up too because like it's like, oh, $10 for unlimited drinks. I'm like, that sounds great.
Yeah.
But it's like soda and shit. I'm like, that's stupid.
Yo,
Washington needs to fix itself. That
So-
weird place.
my coworker told me this one story. He said he went to Tijuana, and he says if you go to Tijuana, and like they try to lure you into the bars by like, you know, kind of like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Don't go in. And he said he knew this one dude. Like he said, the dude was like, beer 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying? 2 for 1. He goes in, and he was just like, oh no, that means that you both pay. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, not that you get 2 beers for $1. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, got me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, don't go to Tijuana, basically. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't right now. It's a little crazy down there with the madness that is those Hondurans that came up a little while ago.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them down there, I guess.
Okay, so let's get into today's top. What we got, bro? What we got?
Absolutely. Well, you like to get on the internet from time to time, don't you?
I do.
All right, and what's your favorite place to find information on there? Like, what's your, like, you know what? I want to know what's happening in the world. Where do you go?
Honestly, I know this is gonna sound like a super like millennial answer, but like I like going on like Instagram.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying? But like the thing is I don't really like half of the stuff that I see on Instagram, like posts of it, like I don't even like think.
Oh, you know
that's
what? Lean
real
in.
anyway.
Let's see the first thing that pops up on your Instagram feed right now. Let's
First
look
thing
it
that
up.
pops up on my feed.
Yeah,
or, like,
on yours.
the
Yeah,
search
that's
feed.
no, on yours. Like where it goes. We'll talk about that one thing out of nowhere. Dave's Instagram. Like the first thing. First post. First post. What is it? What does it say? Who is it from? What does it say?
It's in Spanish.
All right.
And it says Quien vi el video la ve Giancarlo's music in YouTube, and it's by a woman named Lele Hernandez.
All right. What's her like? And why are you following her? Why is that?
She's fine.
Okay. And what is it? It's just a music video?
I think she's in a music video, so I think she's in like a music video.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that pops up on your Instagram.
The people I follow, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like on my search.
Let's find out what mine says. It's probably something stupid.
You know, it's probably a picture of me or something like that, because I am also very fine. Is it wrong to like be... Okay. Do you think it's wrong to follow girls because they're attractive? Like, someone told me I was shallow for that.
Well, I mean, yes, but no. Like, you are shallow. Let's not get that, like...
Okay, wait. Is it shallow if you follow a girl on Instagram and then you find out she has a boyfriend and then you unfollow her immediately?
That is a weird thing, because of, like, assuming you had a chance... Like, you just following her because you want to bone her at that point.
No, I mean, I'm not following her because I want to smash. I just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see you happy. That sounds
My first one is dogs. It's just dogs on top of each other.
I sound like a douche right now. Hold on for a second.
Generic as fuck.
Guys, listen. I'm not a douche. I swear I'm not a douche. What I just said sounded super douchey. I apologize.
I know.
All right, let's just get it out of there. Okay, so where you going with this?
Well, no, well, it's just starting off funny. Wow. Like, more dog pictures. It's,
So, Gut likes dogs.
No, it's, who's that even? I don't even sure who that is. Like, man, oh, okay. There's some, it says, in Lincoln Canine Academy. Oh, Inline Canine Academy. I can't read Instagram names because I'm retarded, apparently. But, it's just a place to train your dogs in Reno. And, yeah, they just have cool pictures of dogs. So, follow them. They're at Inline Canine
I guess
Academy.
we're giving a shameless plug. So follow Lele Hernandez because she's
Well, we're going to
fun.
talk about them. We might as well talk about them, you know.
Sure.
Let them know what we're seeing.
Sure.
But, yeah, so you said the search feature is where you get the news from.
Yeah.
And I have never even looked at that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so basically the search feature is just like you can find, and I guess like with me, it has stuff that I like. And, like, that's the one, like, irritating thing about the internet is that they just naturally just show you, like, pictures and videos of stuff that you think that you would be interested in. So, like, there's a lot of basketball highlights. There's, apparently there's videos of Cardi B twerking, apparently, you know what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of, rap videos, you know what I'm saying? So
This does not seem like a good place to get your news from.
This is for you.
Oh,
this
I know.
is for you. Now there's
So,
sports.
okay, so that's the
there's
algorithm
sections.
saying,
There's sections.
So that's the algorithm saying this is all you look at is this, you know, women you lust after.
I'm not a douche.
Alleged.
I'm not a douche. I swear.
That Instagram's like, you know what? He just wants to see women.
But
on
there's
Instagram,
there is like categories like
there's Cardi B twerking.
Fitness, humor, shopping, TV, movies, etc.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you can like click those and like find those algorithms. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's gonna be shopping, it's just gonna be like waifu pillows, I think.
I don't know.
Because
I don't shop.
you don't shop. You never bought anything.
I mean,
Dave doesn't buy things, folks.
not really.
Not really.
I don't really. No, not really.
Would you buy a Guttube hat?
Yeah.
Okay, they're only like $15.
Okay.
I'll get you one.
All right.
Next time, we're gonna get Dave his own Guttube hat.
I'm not gonna wear it in public. All right.
All right.
So like, so what do you mean when you say like?
Well, no, it's
The
just
news.
interesting to see where people go first
Yeah.
to see what's going on in the world and what
I
they're to look for.
I think a lot of people go to Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because and I noticed that like a lot of Twitter's like that thing, you know what I'm saying, where like because a lot of times people, you know what I'm saying. Okay, perfect example. I don't know like if this coordinates, but you remember that politician? What was his name? They did the you remember that?
Oh, Howard Dean.
Yeah. So I was talking to my brother about that earlier this week. I said if he did that like now, the dude would be memed into office.
Jeez, I don't know. He's been so roasted he would have bowed out like he did because he got roasted even pre-Twitter madness.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
But that's a different.
Dave Chappelle went in on that dude and everything.
Dave Chappelle.
That's how ridiculous that man was.
I don't know. I just thought that I just figured because so many.
And you know what's the most ridiculous thing about that whole y'all thing? He didn't even win anything at that point. He came in second in that primary. And he's like, oh, that's great because he did better than he expected. And then they put that guy in front of the Democrats for a while, and I don't know.
He said, "Pee-aw."
He like freaking, I don't know, like farms maple syrup now or something. I don't know what people from Vermont do.
That's what happens, man.
Yeah.
Your career's wrong, man.
Yeah, don't yaw if you expect it.
That's the thing I don't like about the internet. They don't give us an opportunity to be human beings. Like we live, like I think that's half the reason why people like get almost depressed. You know what I'm saying? Because like the internet and like these people on the internet like hold everyone to this standard where you have to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? And if you make one mistake, even if it's not even like a bad thing, like the PR thing, that wasn't even a mistake. That was just
It was She was just having fun.
He was having fun.
hyped
He
up.
got caught in the moment,
Yeah.
and then like people like made him feel like
And it
like
was
an
a
idiot.
brutal.
That's what I'm
political
saying. It's just
mistake
like
for
we're
him.
not allowed to like. The internet has made it where we're not allowed to be like human beings. Like we literally have to try to be like Jesus Christ.
You know what's really funny though about that Howard Dean thing is like he did that, but then here comes Donald Trump. He could do whatever he wanted. He got away with it because he didn't let it sink in, or however that works for Donald Trump when he got elected.
Because he got the money in the pocket. That's
Right, but he spent a lot less than everybody else. He was just. Oh, I think it's because like he got all this media coverage that you just plain could not buy. Whether it's they aren't going to sell you the time slot for the actual show.
Yeah.
You can't afford that much advertising space.
Yeah.
He just kept his name in everybody's mouth.
Well, that's because he was saying like our ridiculous stuff to get people riled up. So so you had people talking about him because the thing is just like you could look at someone like, and this, you can use this for anybody. I had gotten into a discussion with my coworkers. They were talking trash about Catch Me Outside girl, and I said that I defended her because I said, what did she do besides take advantage of an opportunity that was
right,
given?
yeah, no, she definitely not that Dr. Phil.
That's what I'm saying. Like she didn't.
Everybody knows who she is. I might as well use my...
She didn't like go up to Dr. Phil's office and was like, "Hey, can you let me on the show?" Like Dr. Phil's associates and whoever, they found her and brought her on the show.
Right.
They probably even paid her to go be on the show.
Right.
So it's just like you can't get mad. Like if you're gonna get mad at anyone, you have to get mad at the people that gave her the platform to begin with.
Right.
Because there are plenty of bro. Like what school you go to?
What?
What school did you go to?
Omaha North.
Omaha North.
Be up, go back.
I know there are plenty of girls like that at Omaha North and Benson and Central and Northwest. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Full
like,
disclosure, there were no girls like that at Dave's school.
it's because I was homeschooled, so it don't even matter. So it's just like,
It's weird. You had a crush on the principal. It's awkward.
stop it.
But, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And a lot of those shows get in trouble for being exploitative, especially like Maury or Jerry Springer. They get mad at, people come down on them for being exploitive. So here's that, like, I don't even remember her name. It doesn't really matter to me. But here she is using that exploitation where that's all Dr. Phil is using it for.
Yeah.
Use her to be ridiculous and, fill her out or whatever his catchphrase is for his doctoring. I don't know. He should have one.
Fill her out.
Let's fill out this prescription.
This is why we fill her out.
Oh.
I think
How are you feeling right now? I don't know. That's why I'm not Dr. Phil.
Right.
But and I have my hair. But no. So she's using that platform to make a career for herself because she's what, like 12,
15.
15? Okay, yeah. So she's gonna hopefully make a lifetime's worth of money to where like, hey, she only needs to be popular and aware for like 3-5 years, and then she can just disappear and be live her life.
You know what I hate about that Catch Me Outside girl is that like she has a really nice body, and that makes me mad because it's just like I remember when I was 15, none of the 15-year-old girls growing up with me looked like that. So it's just like I'm like, what do they feed these kids, bro? You know what I'm saying? And people are like once again at my job, people are just like we're actually starting to get mad at me like, wait, what are you saying? You like little kids? I said no. I'm just saying it's just like if you look at her body, she a 15-year-old and she got a body of a 23-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like she has the body of women that I'm attracted to. That's bullcrap. You know what I'm saying? Because like, and she's 15. Like, of course I'm not going to like try to slide in the DMs or anything like that. But it's just like, bro, how are you this young? And like,
it happens sometimes.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Genetics are weird like that. Let me get sprout up and
right,
like not or like maybe grow a patchy beard and shit.
I knew it. It's coming in. All right, it's coming in. You thought I wasn't gonna catch that?
No, that was directed at you, and I'm looking. Said it to his face. Credit for that. Hopefully. Also, I'm King Beard right now on the show.
Whatever. I mean, it's coming in. What else do we got?
All right. Well, I guess the big news is the government shutdown. I don't want to know what you think or feel about that. I know you don't pay too much attention to politics like that, but how has it affected you, Dave?
I woke up in the morning. I went to sleep at night. That's how it affected me. Like, it really doesn't, it doesn't affect me because, like I said, I didn't even know about that until, yesterday, to be honest with you, because I saw it on the news.
Dude, it's been, for, damn near 2 weeks now. It's been a minute.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know. I was just like, oh, It did. Like, I was just like, I remember the last time when, like, they did it and Obama was in office and everyone was just like, Obama is ruining the country, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, so I was just like, I don't know. I don't really, like I said before, like you said before, I don't really pay attention to stuff because it doesn't affect me. That's the thing. Like, until something actually affects me.
It does, but not like as directly as, people would like to make you believe.
How does it affect you?
What? Well, there's been 3 government shutdowns, partial shutdowns this year, actually.
Okay.
Part of that, but, like, one of them screwed with my GI Bill money because it wasn't quite funded and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But, things like that have been sorted out, so
Yeah.
it's affecting less and less the more and more shutdowns happen.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when Obama was president, there was a close to shutdown type situation one of the times, and I got a weird split paycheck. Luckily, I got out of the military before the times when you'd be out of a paycheck, which they've rectified now because they funded that, and so, like, I think the Coast Guard isn't getting paid, but that's only because they're not DOD, they're Homeland Security, which is a whole different funding scenario. So, the Coasties are getting fucked, but that's whatever. That's what they get for being Coasties. But, it affected me a little bit like that, and it's becoming the new norm, a new political tool. It's like, well, we'll just not fund the government. It's not like they couldn't have handled this, the entirety of last year. Nothing that crazy happened this last year to where they couldn't budget for it. But one of the biggest things that bugs me about it is everybody's like, well, he wants $5 billion to wall. This is how we could spend this $5 billion. It's like, well, if the government wanted to spend that $5 billion that way, they would have. It's like, whether you like the wall or not, that $5 billion wouldn't have gotten spent on, this Twitter breakdown. Like, oh, we could feed this many people. We could solve the Flint problem, blah, blah, blah. Now, it's either, if we don't spend it on the wall, we're probably just going to spend it on bombs. You know us. That's how we do. So, the whole idea of, like, trying to use this to illustrate problems is the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like the idea of shutting down the government over an issue, use it as a political tool. But that's where we are, where our Congress is they can't function and come up with compromises or find a way past this thing. It's so partisan and they're so at each other's face about things. They can't, like, okay, this is the common ground we're at, where everybody agrees there's an immigration problem, right? That's not the issue. The issue is the how do we address it, and that's where they go divergent and, like, just get angry and yell at each other from across the aisle. That I don't like. And back on Flint, real quick.
Yeah.
The money's there for Flint. It's just government bureaucracy is what's failing that town.
I think
the same way, like, that's how the problem started, was all government issues anyway.
I think okay, I'm gonna go on the limb right here. I think that there has been fresh water for Flint the same way that I think that there has been a cure for cancer. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just feel like there's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just not as a
You're
priority.
wrong. First
Wrong
off,
about what?
the fresh water for Flint, the issues, they've gotten a new water source there, and like you said, like, their standards have reached the minimum federal. That's why it's cut off the water bottle program. It's like, it's not an issue of they're not getting the money, because the money's there to replace it.
Mm-hmm.
The issues come down to is, like, some issues where, like, the state and the city are arguing about how they actually go find these pipes that they need to replace.
Mm-hmm.
Flint likes to dig in the ground where, like, the state government wants to use these high pressure sonar things that are cheaper and more effective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even one of the organizations, I forget the name, but was one of the plaintiffs on the lawsuit against the EPA that got them that $100 million, right, is saying that the city of Flint's doing it the wrong way. That they didn't get money for Flint just so they could waste time digging holes. They wanted to help people, right? They've come out against that. Another thing is their chart, like, right after the initial issue happened, the city of Flint was charging contractors 3 times as much as they used to dig up the street to get to the pipes. So there's other issues there that's not just solely on why isn't the water there. It's because nobody cares about them. No, it's because the government keeps, the different levels of the government keep, fucking themselves back and forth. And especially initially, it was a big blame game. Like, oh, it's your fault. Oh, it's your fault. No, it's all your fault. Y'all failed those poor people. And it's still a clusterfuck up there. And what people don't look at is the cluster itself. And it's just like, it's just an easy offhand way to be like, oh, well, we shouldn't spend money on this. Like, that could have solved Flint. That could have solved Flint. That could have solved Flint. Like, no. Flint, it's getting better.
Yeah.
But, like, what could have solved Flint is more transparency of the government, actual frickin', what's the word I'm looking for? Oversight. Hell, it could have been the guy who could actually check the chemical levels to prevent the corrosion from the lead leaching into the water through the pipes they were using, and doing it, that one guy doing his actual job instead of just, pencil whipping his checks for him. Because the checks were in place. It's just the guy they had there just didn't fucking do it. Then that was the whole issue. But now it's all these fingers on whose fault it actually is. Cause this big scenario, like this whole madness. And then nobody's like talking about that being the issue and how we can look at that and address the issues in that, the different levels of bureaucracy. It's always about, they forgot about them, they're drinking crap water, this, that, and like how we could spend money on that instead of that. When really that's not necessarily the core issue for me.
The more you know with Gut.
And I'm not saying we shouldn't give money to them, absolutely, don't get it twisted. But the money's there. Mm-hmm. And there's issues about how it's being spent and, the efficiency of doing it, which, surprise, surprise, is the same problem for every government anyway. Yeah. If the money's there, we got plenty of cash in the United States. The other issue is how it's being spent where and what we're wasting on what. Yeah. So it's the same. It's just unfortunate that the side effect of that is it's people's drinking water in this case. Yeah. Which is a big issue. So.
Shoot. There you go. Yeah. No comment on my side. What else we have on the cutting board there, sir?
Well, I didn't expect to go off on Flint like that.
It's okay.
I'm like Donald Trump. But because it's the wall stuff. But you know what I'm gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna look up. I like to. The news websites I go to, like the first one I go to is actually the BBC.
Yes.
Check the news.
He likes watching porn.
No, the British broadcast.
I know what the British broadcast. No, trust me, I know. I'm just saying. Okay, I was talking about Luther. By the way, I saw the first episode of the 5th season. You gotta check that joint out.
I do.
It's amazing.
Luther's awesome.
Luther's awesome. Shout out to Idris Elba and Ruth Wilson. But yo, like, I remember I was talking about that, and like I was like, oh, okay, yeah, bro, it's on the BBC network. And then like, a former roommate who will remain nameless, Lamar, but he was like, pause that. And that made me mad because I was like, bro, would you grow up? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just had that moment myself. I'm just like, man, why did I have a joke about that? That's stupid. I'm sorry, viewers.
Wow.
What we got? What we got?
Royal Navy sent to prevent migrant crossings in Channel.
Say it again?
The Royal Navy's been sent out to prevent migrant crossings in the English Channel.
What does that mean?
That means they sent the Navy to stop. It's an immigration issue. They sent out the Navy to keep people from crossing the English Channel from France in boats. So basically they deployed the military to their border. Kind of like the same thing we did. But it's a water border, so they don't really need a wall. They have a whole channel in the way there. But yeah, so it's another immigration issue. It's a worldwide issue, and I don't think anybody's really handling it.
Have you ever been to London?
No, I have not. Have you been to London?
I want to go.
Yeah. I guess it'd be neat.
Why not? The only thing I don't like it like that.
It's a big city, and those are expensive.
I think the only thing I don't like about London is like certain British people just think that they're just like better than us. You know what I'm saying? Just for no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and that kind of irritates me. They're like, oh, our comedy is way smarter than yours. I'm just like, we are Ricky Gervais. Who do you have? Dave Chappelle. Oh my gosh, hilarious. Black jokes. Oh my god. And this is like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not better than us, man. Come on.
What English people do you talk to?
None. Like, there's a lot of English people, like, like...
Well, yeah, no, I get that.
Have you met, like, a British person before?
Oh, yeah, no, I've met
and
British people.
they just have this demeanor. They just kind of just, you know what I'm saying, just uppity demeanor where they just think they're better than you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, like, I knew this one British person, we were discussing on, when we have kids, would we discipline them? Like, give them whoopings. And I said, if I got whoopings, they're getting whoopings. Simple as that.
Yeah.
And she's just like, oh, well, I have a different way of expressing my frustration. You know what I'm saying? The way she said it, she made it sound like I didn't know how to control my anger and I just beating my kids like this is 12 years a slave or something. You know what I'm saying? That made me mad. I was like, what the heck? I don't know.
That's a whole can of worms I don't really want to get into, is like child rearing. Because honestly,
you are way too political for this show. You need to relax, okay?
Well, no, it's
Relax.
just there's so many ways to do it, Dave. And I don't know which ones are good or bad.
Listen.
Like there's obviously some badass kids running around.
I
there,
understand.
but I don't know if they're getting beat or not. Like some of them probably are, and still badass little kids.
That depends on the context of beating them.
Well, yeah, no,
there's a difference. There's whooping, beating
We're
your
not talking
kid.
about child abuse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's the difference between beating your kid because he did something that he wasn't supposed to do,
Yeah.
and the difference of you just beating your kid just to beat your kid. There's two different things. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, for example, like when I was in New York, I applied for a job as a dog walker. New York, very hipster. $30 an hour, bro. $30 an hour, right?
You get to play with that.
So, the question that I knew this is what made me not get the job. I was doing good, they loved me, and they asked me, the final question was, how do you feel about pit bulls?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because there's this whole thing where pit bulls are just these violent creatures. And like, they're like, do you think that pit bulls are just naturally aggressive? And I said, no, I don't. I was like, you can make any animal aggressive depending on how you raise that animal up. I said, you can make a golden retriever violent if you beat it and train it to be violent and aggressive towards anything that moves. And they're like, we'll let you know how, the application. I knew, like, I'm not going, I didn't get this job.
Right.
That's probably like, but I mean, like, I don't know.
I don't know. The subtext of that feels like, maybe he'll walk pit bulls with my dog, and I don't want to get, chomped, right? But yeah, no, dogs are dogs. Every dog's a dog, right? And I don't get the whole fear behind the pit bull as a breed itself, right? It's the same fear that like German Shepherds were like in the 80s, or Rottweilers or Dobermans. Like, dogs are dogs. And in fact, even like pit bulls, like early 19th century, I know it's probably been said before, but I'll say it again, they used to be called, their nickname was nanny dogs because how good they were with children.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, because they have been used for fighting. That's not, that's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm not scared away from that. But the fact that they were used for fighting is they bred the ones that were less mean to people because they didn't really want to get attacked by a fighting dog, which makes sense. So like, they've been bred to be less aggressive to humans.
Yeah.
And a dog's gonna get triggered.
It's all how you raise a dog.
A dog's gonna be a dog.
It's all how you you bring up that dog. Like if you my parents purposely seclude my dogs away from interaction so that they can so if strangers walk in the house they're on attack mode. Yeah. If you brought my dog around each and every person, if someone walks in the house that dog does not know, it's going to greet them like you're a part of the family. It's how you bring up the freaking dog, bro. I don't know. Hipsters, I don't like them, but
I don't know. I'd walk dogs though.
That'd be a fun job. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a fun.
Unless someone's got a stupid little dog that just doesn't know how to be walked. That's why they're hiring you to walk it.
Yeah, or they're just too lazy, but whatever.
Because some people shouldn't have dogs.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I say all that to say, man, screw British people, man. I know I'm saying I love the people of London, man. It's just y'all, your comedy is not better. All right, it's just not. I respect you guys, but your comedy not better.
Dave's calling you out.
Ricky Gervais ain't all that, bro.
Prove to Dave you're not.
Ricky Gervais ain't all that. Okay, he's hype. You know what I'm saying? So relax.
Oh man, speaking of British people, Matt Berry, he's hilarious. I love that guy.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know nothing about British.
Have you seen that show, The IT Crowd? A little older.
I'm pretty sure I would have known it if I there's a lot of I'm familiar with a few people like John Oliver and you know what I'm saying, and man, I forgot what that dude's name is. Graham Norton or something like that.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty cool. I like him.
You go watch the show. It's called Toast of London. It's on Netflix. Check that show out. That show's hilarious to me.
Okay, I will.
So
that's the only thing is I don't give a crap about London I'm cool with that. I just don't like it when they try to make it seem like the British office was better than the U.S. one. It's bro,
it was different even though it was the same.
Don't you dare
but it was made for different audiences, so that makes sense.
Well, I mean the U.S. office was just funnier. It just was. I don't care what nobody says.
Steve Carell made that place.
That's what I'm saying. It was funnier. Steve Carell's funnier than Ricky Gervais. Man, get the heck out of my face with that. I don't want to hear that.
I think Steve Carell's a better actor than Ricky Gervais. and like that,
which makes him funny.
Yeah, which in the Office context definitely like showed up, you know, and in Anchorman, God, he's so funny.
I'm just saying, yeah, it's just like, you know.
But yeah,
I'm down.
I'll go there. I won't say necessarily that Steve Carell is funnier than Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais got some good stuff and some good shows out there as well, like that I like.
Maybe I haven't paid attention.
He's got more out there.
I don't like him.
Yeah, the Office concept is funny.
I'm not a fan of Rick. I wrote a list of celebrities that like I hope
really want Twitter beef with.
I hope they don't like walk up to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when like things start popping, and you know what I'm saying? Like there are like certain celebrities I'm just like, please, like if I'm at an award show,
right,
like, please do not walk up to me. You know what I'm saying?
Like Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond's not on the list.
Okay, good.
No, Neil Diamond is cool.
Neil, you're safe. You're welcome.
Neil, you're safe, Neil. So
he actually retired from singing, which is sad. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
I know, everyone is. Neil Diamond's amazing. He's a national treasure. He's on the list, my list of national treasures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and like Willie Nelson. Love Willie Nelson.
I've never listened to Willie Nelson's music.
Really?
I think Willie Nelson is.
Well, he never listened to Neil Diamond either.
No, that's not true. And you played Neil Diamond.
I know.
Yeah,
that's why.
Willie Nelson is known more as a pot smoker than a musician now.
Well, now.
Now, that's what I'm saying. I think it's the same thing like with like someone like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is more of a TV personality now.
No, he's a pot smoker than a musician.
That's what Snoop Dogg might as well, if he doesn't already, he might as well have like a reality show or a talk show or whatever.
He probably does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because like his music is just like, I haven't heard a good Snoop Dogg album in a while. That's not to say that he's not good. It's just that people care more about the persona, the brand, and that's like with artists, music. Period.
Has he even made one in a while? Is my
He
question.
made a gospel album last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily Snoop Dogg music then. That's a whole different. Like, unless he wrote his own gospel.
No,
music?
like actual gospel. Like he's not.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's not covering like.
He's not singing hymns. He's just.
No, he's not. No, he wrote.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you didn't like it.
I never heard it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I want to.
Wow,
it has nothing to do with gospel because I like gospel.
Oh yeah,
music.
no.
It's just like
I thought you would have figured right out. I don't know. It'd be neat to hear new gospel music. Like going to church, hearing all the old hymns and stuff was, you know, you get stuck in your head, so you think this is church music, right? So when you hear new stuff, it's like, oh, that's different.
Yeah. Things just need to be different, man.
Yeah. No, if it's good, it's good. I'll look it up. I think that's something we need to look up. It's
Snoop Dogg's gospel album. We'll listen to it.
Well, you need to look up Toast of London on Netflix. I know you won't, because nobody ever... That's the thing. It's like, if you suggest a show, tell somebody to watch something, like, yeah, no, I'll watch that.
Hey, bro, man, listen. When it comes to shows, bro, I am like 6-0 when it comes to suggesting shows.
Oh, yeah?
I have never failed yet, because I've suggested Breaking Bad and Luther. Those are the top two I always suggest. Every time people like
Luther is dope.
Every time. Every person I've showed Luther to, they like it. Every person.
Good.
So I'm on a roll with Luther, man. Keep it up, man.
Right.
I'm on a roll with Luther. So Luther and Breaking Bad, those are my Kobe.
Well, Toast of London is not Luther. I'm just gonna put that out there. It's not the same.
If it was more like Luther, I probably would watch it.
It's a comedy. It's a comedy series. It's not super serious madness.
It's all right. It's all right.
John Hamm's in an episode though.
He's a good actor.
He is a good actor.
Good actor. So
yeah.
I have a couple topics.
All right.
Okay, so let's. Okay. The worst superhero of all time.
Worst superhero.
Who do you think that would be? Because I already know.
Ooh.
I already know who the worst is all time. Okay. Worst of all time. Aquaman.
Aquaman?
Aquaman is the worst superhero ever. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Okay. Imagine you're in a bank, right? You're standing in line, in the bank, right? Next thing you know, there's someone who just bursts in with an AK-47. He's like, get on the ground! Everybody get on the ground and I'll shoot you in the face, right? So, standing behind you is Aquaman, right? You are nowhere near a lake. Okay, there's no fish tanks in nearby. Not even a cooler of water that they have at the banks.
Right.
There's nothing he can do to save you at that point.
He can punch the dude in the face.
Oh yeah, I can punch him in the face. What's that got to do with
Not
it?
as hard as Aquaman. He's got superhuman strength. He's probably
Listen, I don't
the
wanna
most
hear that.
misunderstood.
No. Aquaman.
I'd rather have Aquaman there than Professor X.
Professor X could do a lot better than
Not
Aquaman.
if he got shot.
First off,
Aquaman can take a bullet better than Professor X.
That's not true because Professor X can use his mind to basically tell that dude to put that gun down and go home. Aquaman be like, oh, I got some flounder coming here somewhere at some time. Flounder show up, they die instantly. You know what I'm saying?
Unless I don't know why I'm at the bank with Aquaman in the first place.
Well, you don't know.
That's
You don't even know. You didn't know Aquaman standing behind you. I'm just saying, like in the scenario that he's an everyday person. You know what I'm saying? Like how Clark Kent walks around, how Bruce Wayne walks around, Peter Parker walking around. It's just that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Does Aquaman have a I don't know enough about Aquaman, but I know he got superhuman strength, and there's more to him than just talking to fish.
I don't hear no superhuman strength. Anyone can hit somebody. I could hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? They don't mean nothing. But like if you have your power, like Superman, all Superman got to do, grab
Superman's OP like a crazy thing. Like he is the superhero. Like turn off the sun or something to stop that man.
Superman can just boom.
Yeah.
Spider-Man shoot a web, stops him. Spider-Man don't have to be near no water to get a web. He don't have to be near no
he can run out of it. He can run out of it is the thing.
No, he can't because he straps him up.
Right, but
he straps him up heavy. Aquaman
he runs out. There's been plenty of times where Spider-Man has run out of web. It's been like major story points. Right, because he makes that stuff. He doesn't produce it naturally. All right.
In the Sam Raimi version, he does.
That's weird. He shouldn't. He's like his only powers is like he gets the spidey senses and he can move super fast and climb on walls.
Aquaman is the worst superhero ever.
Worst.
If you were in a predicament, he could not save you.
That's not true.
Like if you were in the desert, you know what I'm saying, and for some reason you were about to get raped or something, he couldn't save you. What's he gonna use? What's he gonna use, guy? What's he gonna use, guy?
It's not like he can only use that.
Okay, if there's 20 guys surrounding you in the desert with guns, right. What's he gonna use?
What the fuck is?
What's he gonna use, guy?
What? I don't know. Whose dudes are there's a lot of lamer guys than Aquaman.
First off, Charles Xavier is not a superhero technically. He's just the guy who molds the superheroes. You know what I'm saying? He's like Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Phil Jackson is not like, you know what I'm saying, prior, of course, used to hoop and stuff like that, but he is a coach.
He won titles with the Knicks, man.
Professor X is a coach. Okay? The same way that Phil Jackson is a coach. Okay? So it's just like this. So the same way that Michael Jordan is a basketball player is the same way that Aquaman is a superhero.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm talking about superhero. Charles Xavier is not a superhero.
So what about Batman without his gadgets, though? Because if you're saying just Bruce Wayne's chilling there, you're in the bank with Bruce Wayne, which actually makes way more sense. You'd be standing in a random bank with Bruce Wayne than the Aquaman. What about it's just Bruce Wayne right there, and a guy comes in.
He keeps some gadgets on him.
Right. So you're assuming that Aquaman doesn't keep gadgets on him, doesn't have that trident.
What gadgets is he gonna use?
Aquaman.
A water balloon?
No.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, God. You know what I'm saying? Gets his pants.
A member of the Justice League is just running around with his pants wet. He's like, oh shit, I'm not near water. I'm sorry, I can't do nothing.
Basically,
he doesn't control water anyway.
Yeah, he do.
He
controls water. He controls water.
He's got telepathy, he talks to sea creatures.
That's what I'm saying.
Superhuman strength and fighting ability.
What sea creature?
He can get shot and and shrug it off.
Okay.
I'll stand behind the dude.
So
I'll use him as a shield.
What?
He can take bullets, Dave.
What animal is he going to summon if there's 20 dudes in a bank finna rob that joint? He gonna fight all of them by himself?
Probably, yeah.
Get the heck out of here.
Act like the rest of the Justice League won't show up.
Aquaman is the worst superhero, ladies and gentlemen.
Now the Flash might be worse.
No, he won't. He just droop. He just run. Droop. Droop. Hits him. Gone. Handled.
I think the Flash is worse than Aquaman.
Whatever, dude.
Go there. The worst superhero of all time. I'm trying to think of like a worse superhero than a member of the Justice League.
He's the worst.
But right now, that's all that's popping in my head.
Aquaman is probably like the most expendable character on the Justice
Maybe
League.
Hawkman. Like he's just got wings. That's all that dude can fly. He's
Well,
got like a club. How's that work?
It was actually Hawk Girl.
Hawkman and Hawk Girl, two things.
Hawk Girl is better.
Probably. But like you're talking about the lamest one, right? We're trying to find the lamest
Aquaman.
superhero.
If we talking about Justice League, Aquaman is the worst.
Worse?
Aquaman is the worst of the Justice League, bro.
How is Hawkman better than Aquaman?
He just is. He cooler.
Okay.
She got the club. She just do.
Hawkman and Hawk Girl are just two separate things. They exist like the whole like
yeah, but
idea
in a
behind them.
scenario, but in a scenario where it's like put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like for example.
Right. So we're trying to find the worst superhero, right?
Yeah.
Then I say Hawkman. You're like Hawk Girl's better.
No, because
that has nothing to do with anything.
She can throw her like
Right.
her weapon.
We're trying to find the worst one, right?
Yeah.
So why is Hawkman better than Aquaman? You think they're gonna let him walk in with his mace into a bank? The same way like Aquaman having his trident. What he can do? Fly away? That's the same argument, right? Aquaman's better than Hawkman. And if we go down and like, there's hopefully comment your choice as the worst.
Comment, yeah, please.
Call us all stupid for this because we're too ignorant to be arguing about this.
All right,
but we're going to.
We're too old.
Not too old, just too ignorant.
I'm telling you, man. But all right, it's whatever. I mean, my favorite superhero, Batman.
So
Batman has always been my favorite superhero.
yeah, no, Batman's cool.
So it's just like I like Batman. I like Batman because he is such a complex character. Almost to the point where I can actually like relate to him on a human level. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, that's really weird, but I'm like, no, but if you understand like the mindset of Batman, then it's just like then it makes a lot more sense.
Obviously, Frank Castle's my dude, but
I see it.
Yeah, because he just handles business, and he's not necessarily. It's not like explicit that he's like a super hero. He's not. He's just a guy out there.
Have you seen the new like Teen Titans show? It's like a live action show.
I don't.
It's supposed to be like this like adult version, super profane, sex,
I have no interest in seeing teenagers doing it.
They're not teenagers, but it's called Titans, not Teen Titans.
Okay, so they grew up.
Yeah, they're grown up, so like Robin and Starfire like getting busy and stuff like that. I don't like shows like that because I feel like those are fillers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I like watching Power, but there are moments where I'm like, so these characters have to have sex every single episode. Like we know they're in a relationship.
Right.
Like you're treating the audience like they're stupid. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like when it comes to that, like the writers are just like, dang man, like we need like 5 more minutes to make this episode okay, they have sex.
Bone in the shower.
That's what I'm saying, and it's just like I don't know. For me, I just feel like that stuff is like it just forces it because I feel like especially with Titans, it's just like I feel like because I saw the trailer, I watched a couple clips online, and I was like, I feel like they're trying too hard. It's just like this is the adult version, so we're going to add as many F-bombs in there. We're going to show as many titties. We're going to show, Starfire throwing it back on Robin. We're going to show as much stuff as we possibly can to make you guys know this is an adult show and leave out what makes the show, what makes people want to watch this in the first place, which is the content. Not, we want to see Robin drop the F word. Nobody cares about that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's just how I feel about it. I don't know if it got renewed or not, but I feel like a lot of shows, like they want to like this is an adult show. Me and Lamar had disagreements about that, where it's just like he's like, it's an adult show, so we can use all the profanity in the world. But I said like sometimes that type of stuff like pulls viewers away.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the question is like, well, if they got people boning in there, what are they gonna do with Beast Boy? Like, does that dude get freaky as other things? And
that is true.
Weird. Like, is he railing chicks as a horse or a donkey? Like,
right.
What is that dude gonna do?
Oh God, turn into an ostrich. You know what I'm saying? It's just like
I can't get off unless you're a cuttlefish. I don't know. It's like because realistically, if you were Beast Boy,
yeah.
like, Why not? You didn't try it at least once? I know for a fact.
I don't even know if
I know it for a fact.
Yeah.
I would. Should turn into a lowland gorilla. I can
Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Labrador, baby. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say. I just feel like certain things, like, as far as that goes.
Yeah, you just don't want to see the bestiality. I get it, because that's a natural conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, bestiality.
I don't want to see
Beast Boy and Raven, but Raven's going to be Raven, but Beast Boy's going to be something else.
Yeah, he's going to be an orangutan. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Dave picking the least sexy of animals. Orangutan.
No such thing as sexy animals, man. No such thing. But I don't know. I guess for me it's just like I'll probably watch like an episode. I don't know. I just feel like nowadays certain shows they just purposely try to push the envelope.
Well, if you haven't seen it, I don't know. Like give it a chance. I guess you might be wrong, Dave.
I could. No, I'm just saying. I haven't seen a full length episode. I have seen like bits and pieces of it. And like what I have seen, I'm like I'm not feeling that.
I mean, you like Power even though there is boning in it, right?
Well, yeah, but the thing is, Power is like fast food.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So Power, like I can watch. Like you ever eaten fast food?
No, never.
And then you just like says the guy whose name's Gut. You know, but right? No, but like
okay, Patches.
it's coming in. All right, stop hating.
So is this.
Like, okay, you eat fast food. You eat like Wendy's or something, and then like 30 minutes later, you're just like, why did I eat this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that's kind of what Power is. Is like it's like fast food.
Oh shit!
What's wrong?
Battery dead on this.
For what? The camera?
The audio recording.
Ah, screw it.
So all right, yeah, we'll just keep going.
But like Power has like a lot of like plot holes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that they just like, oh, they were talking about this in the third season, and then what was important in the third season at the end of the episode is no longer important in the fourth season, and then that matter that was important in the third season comes back up in the fifth season. Mm-hmm. And then they try to add in stuff that they should have added in the first season. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like at the new season, they're like, oh, these two, like one of the kids died and there's twins, right? But they never said that they were twins at the beginning. They just decided just to throw that in there after like 5-6 years of this being on air.
Oh, okay.
That's bad writing. You know what I'm saying? That's
like all the new Star Wars movies, like the prequel ones that come out and they change shit around.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not saying that it's wrong for them to be twins, but it's like they should have like jumped that off at the beginning instead of just like, yeah, let's just throw it in there. You know what I'm saying? Because like now you're gonna have people like me watching the show like when were they twins? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, like here's my thing. And like there's a lot of overacting, and this is one thing that irritates me. Can I go on a rant right quick?
Yeah.
This is what irritates me about like black people in film and television, where we equal yelling to acting. And that's one of the things that irritates me a lot, because like I know for a fact that there are plenty of talented, you know, actors, you know, of color. But the problem is just like, you know, we live in this thing where it's just like, oh, well, if I yell, that's going to make the scene work. You know what I'm saying? That's going to make this, you know, like Los Osina, you know, when we were filming Los Osina, and even though I didn't accomplish the vision I wanted because it was rushed, the guy who played Reese, Roland, shout out to you, Roland, peace and love, brother. You know, like there was other content that he was in where he was just the loud, angry black man, and it came off as super cringy. But then when he was in Los Osina, like a lot of people were like, yo, that scene with that one dude was, like, I was like, kind of like, you know, didn't know what was gonna happen. So why is it that one thing of it is it's loud, yelling, and cringy, and the other side is, yo, he scared me. That's how good his performance was. What's the difference? Is it bad acting or is it bad directing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's bad directing. And I feel like the people in power are too talented to be given, number one, these bullcrap screenplays and these bullcrap directions from people who just like, yeah, just yell. Bam, that's acting. Cut. You know what I'm saying? Throw a couple, F-bombs in there, and you know what I'm saying, you should pull out your dick, you know what I'm saying, bang this chick, this Latina chick, and then that's the end episode. And I think that's bullcrap. I don't like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of like ranting right now. Like one of the things, like I just know, like for example, if you watch someone audition, I was watching this girl. Her name's Danny Lay on her Instagram, and she was auditioning for a movie. I'm assuming she was supposed to be a hood girl. She auditioned, and before she auditioned, she went, Danny Lay, I'm auditioning for the role of so and so. I was like, that's the first mistake you made. I said that in itself probably just got you not casted, because now the casting director knows, oh, you're acting now. It's supposed to be natural. You're not supposed to act. You're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So if that's fake, and I know that's not you. You know what I'm saying? The acting is supposed to be like an extension of who you are. But at the same time, you're supposed to fall into what the character is. So now it's a mixture of the character and you. You are, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm done ranting. I don't know.
When you said that, all I could think of was Ben Kingsley and like how he plays a bunch of different roles, but like how extensive of him is both. His role in Schindler's List as Isaac Stern and like his new movie where he's a Nazi. It's like, that's wild. That guy's got a lot of range.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the one thing about like acting, I think people need to realize is like, as far as actors go, like an actor, a writer, it doesn't matter. In their mind, they have to believe that what they're doing is okay. And that doesn't matter who you, like, Jonah Hill was getting some flack for his movie mid-90s, how like the kids were like, saying faggot and, you know what I'm saying, and calling women hoes and stuff like that, and people were mad about that, but I'm just like, that's how these kids talk. That's how they were raised to talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like
nothing new. That's how they're gonna keep talking. Like kids talk.
I swear, bro. Bro, outside. Like I live right next to an elementary school, right? I heard this 9-year-old was like, man, these hoes. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what's this little boy know about hoes? You know what I'm saying? But that's what he learned that from the environment that he grew up in. So what Jonah Hill was doing was just painting an image of the stuff that these kids and he grew up in. But it's like people want to make everything politically correct. Oh, the characters have to be politically correct. No, they don't. Like imagine Leonardo DiCaprio and Django. Like, oh, you melanin, Your melanin is not the appropriate level for you to be saying those words. Right? It's just like...
But it's exactly what that dude would have been saying at that time.
I'm just saying, man. I know, I'm sorry to be ranting everybody. Like, I just...
He's not. Don't let him lie. Don't ever apologize, Dave. You be you.
That stuff just bothers me.
Dave it up.
That stuff just bothers me. It just does. You know what I'm saying? I can go on for hours about that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much stuff that irritates me about acting.
Right, this is the appropriate medium for it.
Of course.
Nobody's going to read a tweet about it.
Of course. What else do you want to cover with our last few minutes?
No, that rant just got me thinking of, things I hate in movies. But we don't have that kind of time to get me started on stuff.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to...
Especially after the Aquaman stuff. Like, did you see the new Aquaman movie?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
Yeah, I liked it. But you might not like it because it's Aquaman.
Hey, bro.
Straight up hater.
Bumblebee is fire.
But the one thing I didn't like about it, like, they picked the wrong music. Wrong music for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I liked it. But you gotta see it for yourself. I don't like talking about movies with people who haven't seen the movie yet. Because I can't be overly critical.
I think, bro, you gotta watch Bumblebee, bro.
I do.
It's really good. And, Michael Bay is not behind it. He's not.
Yeah.
No, bro, this is did you like the Transformers movies?
Not really. It's one of those things that, I didn't get hyped about. I didn't really see them in theaters. Okay. It's like, eh.
This is an actual Transformers movie. It was funny. It had heart. Great fight scenes. This is what the Transformers movie should have been. But Michael Bay screwed it up. Michael Bay is not a part of it. He didn't write the script. He didn't direct it. Nothing. He is Bumblebee is a completely different thing. It is so good, bro. You gotta check it out. And it got 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, yeah. So, what are you speaking of?
I'll get in trouble right there. I can do it.
Got the racist. No, but
Whatever.
So, any closing statements before we head up out of here, man?
No, like I think stay tuned for more of these coming out.
Yes, sir. Be sure to subscribe. Once again, we're going to try to drop these joints every week for you guys.
They're going to get better, especially audio. I'll make sure I have batteries in that. That's my bad.
Hey, guys, this is the first episode, man. So watch it and let's talk, man. So hit us up on our Instagrams, all that will be in below. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, tell us what to talk about, because we will talk about literally the same thing for an hour here. It may not be entertaining, but we'd like to hear what you have for us.
Yes, please. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.